That exhausting walk to your gate? Not an accident. Those shops strategically placed everywhere? Totally on purpose. And that 2-hour early arrival rule? Well, let me tell you what's really going on. Look, I hate to break it to you, but from the second you step into an airport, you're not just a passenger anymore. You're actually a test subject in one of the world's biggest psychology experiments. And trust me, they're really, really good at it. Welcome, legends. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the tactics airports use to control where you go, how long you stay, and most importantly, how much you spend. Stick around to the end because that last trick about rideshares could literally save you money on your next trip. Righto, let's get clever. So here's something you've probably never thought about. The floor beneath your feet is actively lying to you. Ever walk through an airport and notice the flooring suddenly changes? You're cruising along on smooth tile and then boom, carpet. You probably thought, interesting design choice. Wrong. That's psychological warfare. Here's what's happening. That carpet creates just enough resistance to slow you down without you even realizing it. When you're walking through shopping areas, that slower pace means you're way more likely to glance at store windows and make impulse purchases. Near security checkpoints, that softer flooring actually calms you down as you head into one of the most stressful parts of flying. It's brilliant. It's sneaky. And yeah, these subtle mind games, still going strong. All right, so you've made it past security. Congratulations. You've just entered what the industry lovingly calls the golden hour. You're trapped. You've got time to kill, you've got money to spend, and airports know exactly what to do with you. Ever notice how you literally cannot get to your gate without walking through a massive duty-free store? There's no shortcut, no secret passage. The path is the store. That's completely intentional. But here's where it gets even wilder. Those walkways that curve gently to the left, that's not random either. Most people are right-handed and pull their luggage with their right hand, so they naturally look and drift right. The leftward curve forces you to reorient yourself, making you way more aware of all those shops strategically placed on both sides. They've turned the entire terminal into a winding maze designed to maximize your exposure to temptation. Because they know something important. Relaxed, happy passengers spend more money. And guess what? It works. So, you've survived the shopping gauntlet, and now you're staring at the departure board. Your flight's there, gate number assigned, but it's not boarding for another 2 hours. You might think the airport's just disorganized. Nope, this is calculated, especially in European airports. Here's the deal. As soon as they announce your gate, you're gone. You're heading straight there. But if they hold that information until 90, sometimes even 25 minutes before departure, you're stuck in the central terminal area, surrounded by restaurants, bars, and shops. They're not waiting on logistics. They're waiting for you to get bored, get hungry, or get thirsty enough to drop another $15 on a sandwich and coffee. It's hostage negotiation, airport style. Picture this. You're at 30,000 feet, and the pilot comes on the intercom sounding like a hero. Great news, folks. We've made up some time, and we'll be arriving 20 minutes ahead of schedule. You feel good, right? The airline looks competent, everyone's happy. Here's what they're not telling you. That flight time was padded from the start. Airlines deliberately inflate their scheduled flight times. A flight that actually takes 2 hours might be listed as 2 hours and 20 minutes. So when you land 20 minutes early, you're often just arriving on time based on the real flight duration. Why do they do this? 2 reasons. 1, it makes their on-time arrival stats look amazing. 2, they avoid paying compensation for delays, since a flight has to be more than 15 minutes past its scheduled arrival to be officially late. Pretty clever, right? Or should I say, pretty shady. Hey, if you're enjoying these airport secrets, do me a quick favor and smash that like button. It helps more travelers discover this stuff. And seriously, subscribe, because I've got way more travel hacks coming that'll save you time and money. Quick question. Have you ever looked closely at your boarding pass? If you ever see the letters SSSS printed on it. I'm sorry to tell you this, but your day is about to get significantly worse. SSSS stands for Secondary Security Screening Selection. And yes, it's exactly as bad as it sounds. If you're flagged, you're getting the full treatment. Complete body pat-down, explosive residue swabs on your hands and belongings, and a thorough search of every single item in your carry-on. It used to be triggered by things like booking one-way international tickets or paying with cash. But now, it's often random. You usually don't know you've been selected until you try to check in or get pulled aside at security. Talk about a surprise nobody wants. So here's something that sounds like it's straight out of a spy movie, but it's completely real. From the moment you walk into the airport, long before you even hit security, you're being watched. And I don't just mean by cameras. Airports employ behavioural detection officers who work undercover as part of a program called SPOT, screening passengers by observation techniques. These agents dress like regular travellers and blend into the crowd, and their entire job is to profile you. They're trained to spot micro-expressions and behaviours that might indicate stress or deception. Things like excessive fidgeting, sweating, avoiding eye contact, that kind of thing. If they think something's off, they might approach you with a casual question, just to analyse your body language and story. Now, full disclosure, government reviews have questioned whether this program actually works, but it's still being used. And some airports are even testing AI-powered cameras that analyse facial heat maps to flag individuals. The future is weird, guys. Let's rewind to before you even get to the airport, when you're booking your ticket online. Airlines and booking sites have mastered something called dark patterns. These are design tricks specifically created to make you pay for things you don't actually need. Here's a classic one. You're booking a flight, and travel insurance is automatically added to your cart. Or they've pre-selected a more expensive seat for you. The option to remove these charges? Hidden in tiny text or buried in a link you'd never think to click. They're counting on you being in a hurry. You're trying to book quickly, so you just click through without noticing the extra $30, $40, $50 they've tacked on. Another one. Those banners that scream, "Only 2 seats left at this price," creating false urgency to pressure you into buying right now. None of this is an accident. These design choices are carefully engineered to exploit your psychology and pad their bottom line. All right, you've made it. You've landed, grabbed your bags, and you're ready to get out of there. You open your phone to call an Uber or Lyft from the airport, and congratulations, you're about to fall into one last trap. Rideshare pickups from designated airport zones come with a massive surcharge that's automatically added to your fare. And I mean massive. Sometimes $10 to $15 extra, just because you're at the airport. But here's the hack. Most airports have free shuttle buses to nearby hotels or rental car centres. Hop on one of those, get off at the very first stop outside airport property, and then request your ride. This one move takes you out of the airport surcharge zone and can literally cut your ride price in half. It takes an extra 10 minutes, but honestly, totally worth it. So there you have it. From the carpet under your feet to the price of your ride home. Almost nothing in an airport is what it seems. It's all designed, carefully, deliberately, to guide your movements and maximize what you spend. But now, you're not a target anymore. You know the tricks, you can see the traps, and you can walk through that terminal like the informed traveller you now are. Before you go, drop a comment and tell me the sneakiest trick you've ever noticed at an airport. I read every single one, and honestly, you guys find stuff even I miss sometimes. And if you want more travel secrets, more money-saving hacks, and more ways to beat the system, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for what's coming next. Safe travels, everyone. And remember, now that you know the game, you can finally start winning it.